What's going on, y'all? Jay here from the Venture Crew, and today we are going to be talking about the Holy Land of Mary Joie. So, strap right in, let's get right into it. What is the Holy Land of Mary Joie? Well, Mary Joie is the capital of the world government where its top people reside and govern. And it's where the God Knights have jurisdiction and where the celestial dragons reside as well. It also hosts the Reverie, which is a council of royalty from various world government affiliated nations that is in session every 4 or 3 or so years. Mare Joie is located at the top of the Red Line, at the opposite side of the world from Reverse Mountain, and it serves as the official route for people to cross between the two halves of the Grand Line. Although only people acting inside the law, like admirals, marines, anybody who wants to become a marine or in marine training, or even the highest of authority like the celestial dragons, those people are the only people allowed to go straight through it because it is heavily guarded by marines. Pirates still go under the Red Line through Fishman Island to cross. So, what are some of the locations inside of Mare Joie? The first one is the Domain of the Gods, and this is where the world nobles and their slaves reside. It is, from what we see, just a regular town with trees and fountains and decorating the streets. However, it is very, very large as it constitutes most of the area of Mare Joie. Like 90% of the buildings that you see in the pictures of Mare Joie on top of the Red Line is the Domain of the Gods. However, it appears that all of the residents in Mare Joie are large mansions. It's very huge houses, which explains the royalty aspect of Mare Joie. So, what is the second most known area of Mare Joie? The second most known area of Mare Joie is the Celestial Dragon Gate. The Celestial Dragon Gate is one of 3 heavily guarded gates outside of Pangea Castle, and it is a passageway between Pangea Castle and the entrance of the Domain of the Gods. This gate is just a very large gate, preventing anybody from the Domain of the Gods to passage through Pangea Castle. And it's just, that's what it is. It's just a very huge gate. Because what we're going to get into is, what is Pangea Castle? Pangea Castle is a gigantic castle that dwarfs all other buildings in Mare Joie. That huge building that you see that makes the other buildings look super small, that itself is Pangea Castle. And it is where the Reverie takes place. Remember the Reverie that I mentioned earlier in the video, where it happens every 4 or so years, and all of the world government affiliated countries leaders attend this council, as we'd say. So Pangea Castle is also where the God Knights are presumably placed and held. The God Knights are these 10 knights that basically just protect Pangea Castle, and also protect all of the surrounding Mare Joie, and maybe even they get sent to do some missions now and then to eradicate other races of the world, similar to what they did in God Valley and what they did to the Buccaneers. Now, inside Pangea Castle is this huge castle formation, and in it hides one of the most mysterious One Piece characters known to this date. We still know absolutely nothing about this character, and that character that I'm referring to is Norona Im. Norona Im is the king of the One Piece world. From what people thought of the empty throne that nobody is allowed to sit in, symbolizing the peace of the One Piece world, is now being seated on, and is probably have been seated on for the last 800 or so years. And I'm going to get into a theory on why this Mer Joie is placed at this specific spot in the center of the world. And I think that Mer Joie is placed at the top of the ancient kingdom. Now you guys may be asking, what is the ancient kingdom? The ancient kingdom is this famous kingdom from back in the day that used to hold this crazy technology, even more advanced than the technology that we have now in One Piece, which is far, far advanced from the ones that we have in our normal society to date. And it was this crazy kingdom where all the nations, from what we can speculate, were united, and so stuff like that. It is speculated that the ancient kingdom was this kingdom, this vast kingdom with such great technology and such advanced technology that it far surpassed the technology that we see now in the One Piece world, which the One Piece world's technology is very, very, very much more advanced than the ones that we have in today's date. So it was also speculated that the ancient kingdom is where Joy Boy was born and raised, and maybe even that was his specific kingdom. We still don't know the name of this kingdom, but we might learn it in the next coming chapters with Vegapunk's final message. Now, I think that Mary Joao was conveniently placed at the top of this kingdom. And now, I do not think that the ancient kingdom holds the One Piece, because that would just be too obvious. But I do think that it has some significance to just documents and evidence and just other things that we cannot comprehend right now from what we know about One Piece, because we just don't know much about the ancient kingdom. Why is this ancient kingdom so important to the One Piece world? And I think that is exactly why they have built Mary Joie on top of it, as we could say. And why I think it's on top of it is for one scene in general. Eam's servant comes to her and says, we have something, 8002825. Why do I think that the ancient kingdom is on top, below Mary Joie? I believe it's so because we see in the anime and manga, we see Narona Eam walking presumably down some stairs to get to this hidden passageway that is so cold that we see the air around her from the frost just around where she's walking towards. And then she walks through this, what we can presume, this huge, spacious area to the specific place where a giant straw hat, from what we can assume belonged to Joy Boy, is placed. And it is very cold in there, probably preserving this area as we know. And it just has me wondering, why and where is this huge area underneath Pangea Castle? Why is this such an area where she has to physically walk down and walk maybe even a mile or two so to this one destination to look at the Straw Hat and then look at Straw Hat Pirate Monkey D. Luffy's wanted poster? You know what I mean? It's just such a strategic location because it also is in the center of the world, so they have more resources. They are closer to the presumed All Blue that people speculate that Sanji wants to go to. And it just has that sanctification towards it. You know, 9 minutes to. I genuinely think that it may be just her walking down this huge veil, this huge aisle, this huge landmass, just going straight to this straw hat that we see the Monkey D. Luffy, the Pirate King, wear. And it's just, we can presume that that belonged to Joy Boy. In essence, Mary Joie's position at the top of the ancient kingdom ruins serves as a physical manifestation of the world's government's dominance over history and their determination to suppress the truth at any cost. Unveiling mysteries of Fairy Joie could hold the key to unlocking secrets of the Void Century and maybe even reshaping the world of One Piece as we know it. So, that was my little theory on what Mary Joie could be and why it could be on top of the ancient kingdom. So if you guys enjoyed this theory, have any comments or suggestions, leave it below. Until next time, it's Jay, and I'm gone.